Good morning and good afternoon to each and every one of our merry Marvelites. Welcome. This is Marvel Movie Talk for Wednesday, February 23rd, 2022. And I am very excited to chat with the gentleman you see assembled before you. There's some fun stuff out there, and let's see how much time we're able to spend on posters, which we keep teasing, but we're definitely going to get to it. So if you can think of posters and decorations and things you had on your walls, let us know at that time. But first, let's go round robin and say hello to, of course, Michael X. Shirley.
Hey, round robin, bringing in the DC.
And Jeff X. Williams Jr. And of course, Eric X. Connor. Welcome. Daniel Drew let us know that he wasn't going to be able to watch live today, and honestly, he holds it. He just anchors that chat, and we get a lot of great people in the chat. But Daniel's very active, very consistent. I'm just like, I don't even know if I can do it, but he's watching the archive. So, Daniel, exactly. Please leave your comments down below. There's a lot of things to talk about. Something that Jeff literally brought to my attention less than 10 minutes ago. And I think that the very first thing that I want to get to ties into what Jeff shared. And I'm calling it. We're more than 2 months in. There's no spoiler curtain for Spider-Man No Way Home anymore. I know Michael hasn't seen it, but Michael knows everything he needs to know about it.
Jeff's shaking his head like,
no, I agree. I agree with you. There's no like, you can tell people. I was probably gonna just show my parents this and like just go watch the movie because of this.
Right, exactly. And so the first thing I want to get to is something that I think has made a lot of the internet happy today. And when people started sharing this, I'm just like, well, obviously we're past the point of no return. I think I think Peacemaker spoilers. We're still less than a week. That's all right. Let's keep those under wraps.
I watched all of that in 2 days, by the way.
Just a quick thumbs up, thumbs down. What did you think?
Oh.
Well, since I brought it up cleverly to promote the fact that we're doing a Blackcast special tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern, we will go over the whole season of Peacemaker. But what we're now going to talk about here is the fact that the Spidey spoilers are plenty. And if for some reason you haven't seen it, this is the time to just turn off the show. Maybe forever, because we're just going with it. I don't know. I mean, this just made so many of us so happy. And the fact that we've finally gotten this, we've gotten the Spider-Man meme with all of our Spider-Men. I don't know. I mean, there's a part of me that just wants to leave this up for the whole show. Michael, when you saw this, what did you think?
I thought it was really cute. I sent it to you. I thought it was cute.
No, I know you knew about it.
That's it. It's really cute.
Yeah, that's what I like. It just makes me happy, and to see all of our Spider-Men. Sorry, Nicholas Hammond, but all of our real Spider-Men. And Jeff, same question. You see this?
Yeah. To be honest, I saw it first like from a non-official Twitter account. It was someone just sharing it, so I thought it was like photoshopped. I was like, these are interesting poses because Tom looks like he's smiling a little too hard, but it was like I was like dissecting it because I didn't know it was official. And then I saw the trailer first, and like there was a part where they did that. They're in this, and Tom Holland trips over some one of the C stands or whatever, and I was like, oh, so this is actually real, and I see it from the Sony accounts and everything. So it's like it's cool that they're actually using all the Spider-Man to promote it, all the villains to promote it, and showing just giving a homage and appreciation to the ages of Spider-Man that we've seen.
Yeah, absolutely. And Eric, you see this. I mean, you try to not smile when you see 3 Spider-Men recreating the meme.
Part of me who will never outgrow being 11 was hoping they would point at each other's bulges, but we're not going to get that until Michael Shirley learns Photoshop. So until that day,
wait, why does Michael Shirley need to learn Photoshop?
Are you
think about how many Photoshops you have done, Eric. The fact that this has been out all day, the fact that you haven't already done that is honestly a little.
All right, mission. Okay, fine.
Super insulted because I don't know if you know, but I've created like over 1,000 album covers for musicians, and I am like a Photoshop pro.
Well, then why are there not pointing at the picture?
Meanwhile, I'm working like a dog creating.
That's
Photoshop.
why I'm always like, why is he trying to make his Photoshop skills happen? Because I'm literally like trained in Photoshop.
You didn't tell nobody.
I don't want y'all asking me to do
That has
crap.
only been subtext. That has only been in your own.
Let's move on.
We could really use some graphics for the show. You know,
I
one of those fancy backgrounds.
I made Christian a logo for this show that was inspired by the Marvel logo that said Blackcast. He has seen it. I tried to do it on one of our shows once, like an overlay for our show.
Are you talking about for TV Weekly?
For this. I made in Photoshop an overlay with a Blackcast logo for you that looked like the Marvel logo.
I honestly don't.
It was actually just a set of balls.
I'm going to send it to you after.
Send it to me again because I honestly...
No, Michael, send it to me.
Yeah.
And then I can nudge him on a regular
do that. You know what? That's definitely
his condo. I'm sorry.
Anyway, let us know in the chat what you think. But Eric, I mean, come on.
Annoyed.
Getting this is fantastic. You know?
Michael, share your Photoshops with me. I would love to see it. You know I love albums, so do it. Don't hide this from me anymore, sir.
We'll do it.
I want to know things about you, Michael. Just tell us. Just open up.
I mean,
to
us. that's why that text chain exists. You can know everything about him.
Be careful what you wish for, young Jeff.
But
let me backtrack.
So much poop.
So yes, so we have that image, and then we have what Jeff had directly sent to me, and I'm usually so hesitant to share YouTube videos, but this is there is now a trailer for, I don't even know when the digital's out. I just know that the Blu-ray 4K is out on April 12th.
You can see the wires in that shot.
I don't buy I haven't bought a physical, like it used to be a movie came out, I bought it that day. I haven't done that in a long time. I'm getting this one. April 12th, I will have No Way Home because this is just has so many of the extras. They're talking about Easter eggs. They're talking about, I guess, an hour of behind the scenes, but then it's like 20 more minutes with Andrew and Toby. So I don't even, maybe that's just behind the scenes stuff, but I'm like, yeah, I want all this. And I know that I guess with the digital release, you probably get some of this stuff, but so March 22nd, so a month from yesterday, you can actually get the digital version. So Michael,
you want to mail it to me after you get it and I'll watch it and send it back?
I was just going to say, Michael, do you think that you might be able to spend the $18.99 or whatever it is to
You guys are going to
this?
laugh so hard, but my family's friends with someone who owns the major movie chain here, and they always give me free tickets. I have over 20 tickets to see free movies, and I've used none of them. I don't want to sit in
No, but that's different. That's going to the movie theater.
Right, I would have
sitting around people.
Yeah.
Honestly, find out what the lowest capacity theater is that they have. Like if they have one with like 90 seats,
it's like the Hooker one.
Yeah, okay, but so if the Hooker one has like 90 seats, just get more free tickets, rent out the whole theater for yourself. Don't even bring a friend.
The Hooker theater is like you would die. It's literally like blocked off booze for like 3 people, but they show real movies there. It's not like a porn theater.
You've lost Eric. Eric was interested.
Eric's like, I want to see this.
The issue I've always had is how do I combine my love of hookers with my need to say sing too? And I think you discovered the key to happiness for me. I actually don't have love for hookers. My wife's birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Lauren.
Yeah. By the way, now that I see it, I do remember.
I made that for
I do remember
that.
And you don't give a shit.
Wow.
No, I just forgot. But you know what the real Blackcast logo is that I've used since I've had a logo.
Yes, it's time to
It's on the shirt that you
That's
have.
Been forever.
So you're trying to tell me that the Spider-Man logo is? I mean, this is just a very quick look at it. But it's
why don't we have it in the little?
Logo.
Why don't we have it in the corner of the screen by Jeff?
Because I don't know
all the professional shows.
Because I don't know.
I did it.
Let me give you the answer. Because I don't know how to do that. Okay. Is that okay?
You go to StreamYard settings.
Hey, I'm pretty sure that you can still. I'm pretty sure that you can still log in.
I am logged in. I'm gonna knock you off this cast.
That's fine.
Come from the Marvels. Stay for the deep dive into StreamYard settings.
By the way, I will not be here next week, but we'll talk about that a little later. But in any case, so we see all that. All right, so Michael, you need one of us to send you our used, dirty DVD Blu-ray. I'm not even getting 4K. I still don't even know what that is. But and that's the only way you're going to see this. Is that what you're telling us, Michael?
No, I'm going to see it. I'm going to see it before Doctor Strange comes out. I'm going to see both of them.
Okay. Whoa. So you're going to go see Doctor Strange in the theater?
If I don't have to wear a mask, yeah, but I don't know. I can't. Honestly,
if you go into the Hooker Theater, you should probably wear 2 masks.
Mm-hmm.
Just
I'll need to bring some disinfectant
and another one on his face.
I'll need disinfecting wipes and like a towel to sit on.
Yeah. Eric, I feel like you're somewhat like me in 2 ways. Old, but also old media still has a spot in your heart. How can you not be excited to give? It's not even Disney, to give Sony some of your hard-earned money, so that you can actually physically have this and put it on and watch the extra features one time and then probably forget about it the rest of your life.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, I was trying to think about, because you and I cut from a similar cloth, though unfortunately they need more cloth to cover me. But the truth is,
a lot more cloth to cover me than it used to.
Like back when we were real, like Tower Records.
Oh yeah,
always had the best deals on like new DVDs and CDs. So that was like my go-to every Tuesday. But I think in the end of it all, this feels like it has to be. If any movie deserves a return to my actually spending money on a Blu-ray, it's gonna be this one. I mean, especially when you see how much stuff, and also too, for me, then it's also for the kids. I can always blame them, as my wife's like, "Wait, I'm sorry, why did we buy this thing? We could stream like anytime." So,
because everything leaves streaming, and then Disney's like now going and like editing some of their content that's online, and people get upset when things leave a streaming service. It's like, well, if you just spent the money on it 20 years ago, you'd have it. Now, what about you, Jeff? Are you somebody that buys Blu-rays? Are you maybe going to buy the digital, or are you like, man, I'll just watch the movie again. I don't need all the bells and whistles.
Well, this is just a full transparency into my Apple TV life. I bought it from
Oh my God.
Wait, you bought it already?
No. I bought the Apple TV. I bought the Apple TV from a friend who's well off. So it's connected from him. He buys movies all the time. So yes, I will have it on streaming. There's without a doubt on March 22nd. With that being said, I'm still gonna buy the hard copy. Nice. I would like you guys said, it's one of those things where it's like you want to have the hard copy, you want to have it always with you, no matter where it's going to be. Because if Spider-Man's not on Disney Plus, where the hell are you going to watch it? Once it gets off Apple TV, wherever, you just want to have it with you. It's kind of one of those things you just keep with you at
it's going to be with you forever.
But to that point, I wanted to kind of mention is kind of a change of subject a little bit. The Netflix TV shows are going to Disney Plus. I think it's just international.
In Canada. Well, the Disney Plus, they have like a tier called like Star for international. That's actually very soon. That's less than a month away. So specifically in Canada is where I saw that it was listed, and they still haven't announced where it would go. Here, I think a lot of people are expecting it to go to Hulu just because it's a little bit more adult. But at the same time, I'm just telling you what people are saying. I think it would be fine on Disney Plus because Falcon and Winter Soldier is, doesn't have the amount of violence that like Daredevil did, but John Walker killing that guy with the shield, I mean, is still pretty rough.
Keep coming back to that.
Yeah, well, there's because I never thought I would see something like that on anything
with
the word.
I mean,
anything with the word. Anything with the word Disney, I never thought I would see that. By the way,
Jeff done that with his shield.
Craig's saying Disney Plus seems to have put all the MCU extras with the movies they have, so I'm sure Spidey stuff will pop up there or YouTube, right? I mean, not for free. They want you to spend money. So if it shows up on YouTube, it's because somebody did something that was less than legal. And I mean, these movies are not on Disney Plus, and maybe they will be at some point, but Sony has their own complicated deals.
So I feel like the other Spider-Man movie will, but I cannot imagine the Homecoming is on Disney Plus. So I feel like the other Spider-Man movie will probably be on there, at least Far From Home, before Doctor Strange comes out. Maybe even both of them, but to me, to have a Netflix Marvel series on a Hulu is ridiculous. I think even putting it on Disney Plus is a stretch. I think if you do that, it needs to be on both platforms.
So you want it to be on Disney Plus? You want it to be on Disney Plus and Hulu?
No, Disney Plus and Netflix.
No, Netflix. They will not be on Netflix at the end of the month. That's the end.
I know that, but I think that's ridiculous. It's a Netflix show. Netflix paid good money.
Well, they should have paid more money if they wanted to keep it in perpetuity throughout.
Paid is past tense.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to knock their logo off of it, like a Netflix.
Oh, 100%. That logo won't be anywhere. I mean, if you've ever seen a show that has left a streaming service.
Yeah, I was watching Arrested Development last night, and they were calling it a semi-original Netflix
it was
series.
Semi-original.
Yeah.
And so in any case, it's very exciting. I am looking forward to watching that. And yes, as Eric has said, it's all an investment in my kid's future. I've told you my daughter's favorite show, Spidey and His Amazing Friends. So, it's going to be baby steps. Before you know it, 90s Spider-Man. And then basically by the time she's like 10, I'll be like, how about let's read Kraven's Last Hunt before bedtime. I think that's a great idea. So, and I mentioned that partially as a joke, but also to move on to our next topic, which is some casting news about Kraven, Kraven the Hunter. And I guess that this had actually been around for a little while, and I had missed it. The actual Kraven casting, and I'm like, we didn't talk about this on the show. Whoever is in charge of hosting that show clearly doesn't pay enough attention. And I did not want to use an image of him as Quicksilver. It's Aaron Taylor Johnson. And within the last 2 weeks, I think I don't know. I don't think I said it on this. So I think I think I said it on the Blackcast. I think I just realized that Kick-Ass was the only thing I really liked him in, because he was in a Godzilla movie that was terrible. Yeah. And I mean, he played John Lennon in a movie that was actually pretty good, but it's I think I've had peak Aaron Taylor Johnson, and I don't get a Kraven vibe off of Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Look at pictures of him in 2022. This is all I'm gonna give him, is that he does look like it. Look at him with a beard.
Yeah, he's got in his body's,
he's gotten big,
grown into his body like yourself, Christian.
Yeah, well, believe me, it's a lot of hard work and dedication to the craft of having a number of fast food apps on my phone. That's really, again, not just everybody can do this, but we also have casting when it comes to the apparently the Chameleon will be in this movie. And I'm not going to pretend that I know who this guy is, but from something called White Lotus, which I know a lot of people saw. I didn't.
Yeah, I saw.
But man, when your name is Fred Hitchinger, I'm like, okay, there's let's bring back movie star stage names. We could definitely go back to that. I mean, there's certain names that work, and then there's some that don't. So we've got Chameleon. We see who's going to play him, and honestly, when you're the Chameleon, really doesn't matter who plays you. Let's be honest, because you're going to be played by a lot of other people. Maybe you even get like a Chris Evans cameo. That sort of a thing. You could literally do anything when you've got the chameleon. So we've got these characters. That's what we know. There are people saying that this storyline would be Kraven's last hunt. I don't understand how that possibly happens when you're introducing the character for the first time.
I want to show you guys this.
And you're trying to build a Sinister Six movie.
There you go. Check him out.
Well, okay, so he looks like Harry Potter, but somebody drew a mask, drew a beard on him. Daniel Radcliffe. Actually, you know what he looks like? He looks like Orthodox Daniel Radcliffe. I think that.
I feel like I should donate him my beard for this role.
100%. I agree with that. He should look like if anybody saw the King's Man, the way that
no one saw that.
I interacted with a few people on
I know that's why it's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu now. Yeah. So I'll ask you first, Eric. So we've got Aaron Taylor Johnson, and we've got White Lotus as Chameleon. And your thoughts on these, and where does the needle go for your interest / excitement level for Kraven with these announcements?
Well, my excitement for Kraven is high because I he's an awesome villain to introduce in the universe. But call it is. Like when Sony announces these things, I feel the way I feel when I hear like, oh, here's a movie starring Gerard Butler, and then I just. Whatever the premise is,
does a movie ever really star Gerard Butler?
It gets just Gerard Butler when the first 50 guys get priced out, and it's like, well, we got Butler bucks. That's about it. I wish I was excited. I don't think Aaron Johnson's a bad casting in terms of he has definitely. Listen, I don't want to ever accuse a guy of roiding up. What people do with their butts is up to themselves and themselves alone.
Yeah, that's the motto. That's the motto of this show, by the way.
Right, that's in the logo, right at the bottom. Sony is just, this last Spider-Man was great, but I'm gonna give all the credit to Kevin, not to Sony. So I just think like these like one-offs to create the Sinister Six. I've yet to feel excited about this. I mean, keep in mind, Sony gave us Spider-Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man 2, which that took like a year off my life. It's the rage I felt for that. So
it added a decade to me because of how much I enjoyed it. So you see,
you feed off my hate. That's a problem.
It only makes me stronger. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not excited about it. The casting is fine. The guy in White Lotus is actually fine, I guess.
Yeah, I looked at him, and again, it goes right back to Chameleon. Like literally anybody could play him. Like they could just divide up the Chameleon screen time amongst the four of us, and then the rest of the time it'll be other characters. So Jeff,
make that Photoshop, Michael.
So Jeff, with this project, probably being a character that he's not like an A-list Spider-Man villain to somebody who's casual. If you don't read the comics, you don't really know Kraven. I know he was on the animated series, but he hasn't been in a movie yet. So you hear about Kraven, and here's the scale I'm going to put it into. So you arrange these movies in terms of, and yes, you've seen one of them, but where do you put these for you personally, Jeff? So we've got Kraven. We're just a little over a month away from Morbius and Venom. So go ahead. You move those little poetry magnets around on the fridge.
Because Sony has given us so much to think about and so much to anticipate because Venom has been so great, right?
Agreed.
We loved him for so many. Yep. Yeah, no.
I'm glad we're on the same page finally.
And then Morbius has been pushed back more times than New Mutants, which is devastating. I really hope it doesn't break my heart on my birthday because I'm going to see it on Friday. So I don't know. I would put. I'm actually very excited for Morbius more than Kraven so far. I really like you guys said, I know Kraven's last hunt because I've looked into the storyline. outside of that, I don't know anything. So I'm not excited for the casting. I'm not excited because it's Sony. I'm not excited for anything really other than the fact that it's in the Marvel universe and that Spider-Man is gonna interact with him. So I'm just like, I'm gonna wait and see. But right now, I've seen Morbius. I know that they better put a Spider-Man in that film as well, and I'm guessing it's gonna be better.
Well, we'll see. You know, by the way, that movie will be better with a Spider-Man in it. I just wonder if we get that. Michael, your thoughts on where they're heading with Kraven and Chameleon?
Well, I am Kraven to see the outfit that Kraven wears. I've always thought he was one of the most rock and roll, like stylish looking supervillains. So I'm excited to see the look, but you know how I feel about recasting, even if it's a different form of recasting, like recasting the same actor in a different role. I just like, why don't we just get Chris Evans to do it?
I mean, I'm sure if he was interested, they'd be like, yeah, that's cool. You know, what are they going to do? Say no?
I don't know. I just think it's tacky. It's like there are so many humans on this planet, like so many men with brown hair. Like,
but what could your problem be with? I mean, just think about how perfect he was. I mean, look at him. I mean, everything about this says Quicksilver.
I just always hate this stuff because they're gonna merge these. I mean, these universes have already been merged, so it's just so. It's like, what, do you have some contract with him and he is like not letting you out of it? Like, what in the world? Like,
he's got a manila envelope with some photos. Let's just say that.
It's just bizarre to me. Like, the repetition in the MCU is just kind of a little bit unforgivable to me. Like, how many Spider-Man movies we're constantly getting, like, Fantastic. They just want to repeat things over and over, like Fantastic Four. And, you know, it's just like, at least this is new, but they're putting an old actor in it. It's
so would you rather us not do another? Would you rather us not do another X-Men movie then?
I think that the X-Men need some time to rest, and I think that they're doing that right now.
I think it'll get some time. Yeah, I agree.
But I've always hated that. Like, Batman's a little more forgivable because the takes are usually very, very different. And
yeah, it's a lot more like changing James Bond's. Like at a certain point, you know, I mean, you usually get a couple of movies out of a Batman.
But we've had 3 Fantastic Fours already. We've had 3 Spider-Men. Like, why? And why you want to keep I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I think it's crappy.
But that's, I mean, but that harkens back to, you know, like comic books, like when you have different artists, different writers.
I get that, but the lexicon is so vast. It's just so vast. But so for me, it's like, okay, if that didn't hit right, give it like 15, 20 years. Like, let the people who were children then be adults, you know, like make it fun. It's just, I mean, I think we all really appreciated Tom Holland jumping in the MCU because it was such like Spider-Man's never going to be part of this. And then we finally got it. So I think we all were kind of okay with that. But no one wanted Andrew Garfield to be the Amazing Spider-Man. Everyone was like, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Like, it's, to me, it's just, I don't get it. Like, why?
Well, just remember we almost got Jake Gyllenhaal Spider-Man because Toby was looking for too much money. So that would have thrown off everything if that had happened. Let us know in the chat what you think. I mean, I'm intrigued by it. I think my excitement level's right about the same. And very cautiously optimistic. And Jeff, I appreciate your optimism for Morbius. I look at the trailers and it doesn't look terrible to me, and I feel like I'm the only one.
Really?
It does not look terrible to me.
Yeah. When he's flying, to us like the subway, I'm like, all right, that kind of looks cool.
I feel like it just looks like a documentary for a 30 Seconds to Mars show.
It's probably exactly what.
Now, would you see that in the theater, Michael?
Yes, I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, and then I'll get their tattoo on my arm.
So you will go see Morbius in the theater? Oh no, okay.
Oh, I'll go see it at. We have a $2 theater here in Memphis. I will go see it.
That's not the Hooker Theater.
No, that's full price.
The Hooker
would you wear like a Devo hazmat suit to the $2 theater?
Oh, the $2 theater, like no one is there.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'll have like a whole theater to myself.
Yeah.
I'll go on like a Wednesday at like 9.
Are plenty.
Mm-hmm.
Go to that theater with a black light. See how it looks.
Yeah, just send a full CSI team in there. In any case, so we're gonna briefly kind of run through and have some fun with something that Eric and I were texting with yesterday. Now, the starting point for this is a set leak, and we don't do a lot of those. You saw this already.
I just know what's coming.
No, I know. Okay, and we don't do a lot of those on the show. And I know the earlier incarnation of this Marvel Movie Talk on Popcorn Talk, they legitimately had a policy that they just wouldn't do anything other than official pictures. I think this is too fun to ignore because Eric and we were making each other giggle. So if you don't want to see an image of Christian Bale on set from Thor: Love and Thunder, this is a great time to look away. And I'll leave it up for very briefly, but you can take a look, and this is basically what we see, and there's a lot to interpret there. And Eric, because you started this,
yes.
You sent it to me.
Yeah, you were able to access those photos?
Yeah, I have them. So, but I have them in a specific order. So I will. We'll just kind of go through them as quickly as I can, which is, not as quick as I should be able to. Oh my God. But I'm just saying that this was the first one you sent to me. So you feel like, okay, well, maybe he's really just trying to be, who's this?
This was the big heavy in Prometheus.
Yes.
From the opening scene when he's running around only wearing loincloth. By the way, love the word loin. Uses as I can. And he poisons himself, falls into a river, and creates human life. Yes, that is the beginning of Prometheus. And clearly Christian Bale missed out on the chance for the role he was born to play.
And I went much more obscure, a very specific era of Mystery Science Theater 3000, specifically the Sci-Fi Channel era, the Brain Guys, as it were. And I feel like, any movie that you can incorporate these guys in, please do.
I found another one, by the way. You have to ignore the sunglasses, but this was a special Tokyo Pop release of John Lennon. For some reason, all in white.
That's cool.
I want to send these sunglasses to Christian Bladt, and hopefully they can.
Oh my God, I would love to wear them. And then Eric had this one, Robert Blake from Lost Highway, and I'm just now thinking of Dean Stockwell from Blue Velvet, but I didn't pull that one. And, I wish I had. Now
it's his first cousin.
Yeah, they were definitely roommates in a sitcom that never happened.
By the way, sidebar: was Robert Blake actually arrested? Did he spend any time in jail for murdering his wife? Or
well, there was a trial, and remember, he had the defense. No, he had the defense that I couldn't have shot my wife. I went out to my car to get my gun because I left my gun in the car. And then Michael jumped in that it really just felt like Christian Bale is just one of those, spray painted street performers.
I could have done a full body silver, but I had to give this guy his time to shine.
This guy's great. I love this. Actually,
he's got like Blade vibes to me. But can I throw something on the screen really quick that I think is really important and very true?
Yes, I'm always afraid, but what does it say, Michael? You go ahead and read it.
Michael reminds me of Zorak from Space Ghost Coast to Coast, which is dead on.
By the way, high praise. I was always a bit more of a Brack guy, but I do like Zorak. Yeah. And Michael, Eric also had this. I did not
send that.
That's me. I'll take credit where credit's due.
Yeah. Nobody else gets credit.
White girls.
Yeah, white chicks.
Come on.
White chicks.
Yeah, from the overlooked masterpiece, White Chicks. Clearly,
and then honestly, I just felt like I saved this one for last just because it's one of the greatest images in the history of film.
That's what you sent me as the comparison.
Yeah, which is Marlon Brando from the Island of Dr. Moreau. And on this show, within the last couple of years, we promoted that documentary about the making of the Island of Dr. Moreau. Everyone needs to watch that. It is so amazing. Just everything about it. So anyway,
which one do you all think looks the most like him?
I mean, I'm going with the one that's on screen now.
I was gonna say this one is good.
I think Eric's probably the best.
Which one?
Looks like
the guy kills himself in a loincloth or something.
Which is how we all should go, really.
At first glance, I thought he looked like White Vision, which is like cloth.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That is true.
Like, it doesn't look too much different. But
which let's remember, White Vision just kind of flew away in WandaVision, and we've said that I said that I figure we'll see him again, but they're in no rush to share that with us.
I love White Vision.
Yeah, let us know what you think about all those. We're just having some fun, and then another fun topic that we've tried to get to, but man, when we do the Razzies, it is very difficult to really stick with anything else, I think. We were talking not too long ago about just some of the great posters that Marvel has had, and that can, time permitting, can lead to some other ideas for posters. But Michael, you sent me a few, but this one is just kind of an all-timer. This is great. I mean, the Marvel swimsuit issues, which are, something that you never really think you would get in this day and age. Cool. And I mean, it's like you see this and you're like, I mean, why did Psylocke even bother? That's really what I'm getting at, And there's something about Cyclops that it's like, even in this setting, he's just like the biggest nerd.
Yeah, he didn't want to show off his chest.
But it's like, his costume's kind of
Sniglet from University of Michigan, 1981.
Is that supposed to be his brother that's standing next to him?
No.
That's not Havoc. Who is that? Okay. That's Gambit, right? I know. I just took the image away.
Yeah, it's Gambit.
Yeah, that's Gambit right there. Yeah,
but, that was in my room above my door. My parents, I asked them for it. They're watching this show right now. I asked them for it 10 years ago. I think they gave it to me, and I looked it up on eBay, and it's worth, lowest price for that poster is $200.
I mean, I don't know. I think that's money well spent, but that's for you to decide.
Mine has holes in it from putting it on my wall.
I had this classic, this Art Adams X-Men poster that. They did a version of it where, like, for whatever reason, they shrunk the picture and put a blue border around it. And I was always like, all right, clearly that must have, saved a substantial amount of money on each poster because it always looked cheaper. But I had this up for a long time. And this is a great era, where X Factor was really X Factor. I never understood why Sunfire was there. Like, nobody invited him, but I guess
that's how I feel about the new issue of Secret X-Men. Why is Sunfire there? But you guys can talk amongst yourselves.
No, I mean, why? Then that brings up the question: is why is Sunfire anywhere? And I don't have an answer for that. I had another one that I actually really liked, and you don't see it nearly as much as that one. I mean, Eric, Eric's not with us.
What is going on with Eric?
No, he's doing another show on the side. But Michael, you've seen that one, that Art Adams one. Right?
Yeah,
I
mean,
that was like comic shops.
They basically recreated that pose and stuff so many times.
So I had this Spidey one that said no one ever said saving the world would be easy, and it has just this. I believe this is Ron Frenz, who's one of my favorite Spider-Man artists. And it has just a great collection. It's a very specific era because Puma's on it. Puma's not a character that really gets enough attention after, like, basically once 1990 hit, we never really saw him. It's not never, but yeah, this has to be the early 80s, the early 90s if Venom is on it. But I liked this one.
You like posters without backgrounds.
Yeah, I know, that's true. But here's the thing about that one is that I got that poster when in 8th grade we took a class trip to Marvel Comics because the art teacher in my school, like her brother worked there. And
Stop it!
Yeah. And I didn't bring a camera. I didn't take a picture of anything. Now I would have like had my phone. I would have filmed everything. And I walked around the bullpen and talked to people. And it's an experience that I wish I could remember better. Taking a tour of Marvel Comics, but I got that Spider-Man poster there because everybody got to pick a poster, and I'm like, I want this one. So
that's
because I already had the Art Adams one. But anyway, and now Eric, when we were talking about this sort of off air at one point, it seemed like you didn't really have much in the way of Marvel stuff up in your room, right? It was go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I it's funny. I was like, even trying to think back, like even when I was like kind of younger, and yeah, I didn't really have much comic book stuff up. I much more had like kind of movies, and sports up on my walls, which I think I sent you some of those.
Did you have like girls in swimsuits?
No, except
no.
Christian, you have the one it's animated. That's a little.
Well, here's what I picked because you're like, technically this is a movie, but this is a DC superhero. I was making that point. I should have found the poster of Christina Applegate that I did once have. I did once put up in my room.
No crime in that.
I mean, look, Spencer Gifts was going to sell it. I was going to buy it. I mean, that's really how that works.
Do you have by any chance the one? I don't want to even say what the title is, but it was I sent you. It was It's a piece of animation, though. That was
it's a movie poster that has animation on it. I'm not quite sure if that's that. Yeah.
Yes.
I have that one.
Because that I would say was one of the most notable things I had in my room that sort of speaks to what Michael brought up.
It was character defining for you and not as much for Cool World.
Oh my God. I love that movie. The soundtrack to that movie is incredible.
I mean, it's no Tank Girl, but it will do. But
you better be careful.
The thing about this, so I had this poster up for like a long time, and my friends went and saw this movie without me. I was out of the country when it came out, and they all wrote me the angriest letters. So like, the only reason we saw this stupid fucking movie is because you had that poster, and so they have blamed me since. I mean, they don't like it. They didn't. I thought it was fun. But they did not. They decidedly not. And every single one of them only could blame me. Even though I wasn't even with them. I wasn't there. I was like in Israel.
Be like, yeah, I did. You bitches.
Yeah. Now
it was good.
But it's good. But meanwhile, by the way, that was definitely one that when I started dating Lauren, who's now my betrothed, she was like, maybe you shouldn't have that up anymore.
Yeah,
mind you, that was like deep into my 20s, and my room at my old house was like,
there's nothing creepy about
the wax museum.
Now, when we first talked about this like a month ago, when we were trying to plan it as a topic, it turned out like Caitlin would have been on with us, but she didn't really have much in the way, like in her room. She like had sent some stuff that she had now, but it's really, she didn't. And Jeff, you kind of said that it was like you sent me stuff like this that was like an influence, but it wasn't like you didn't have this poster, but this is like an important part of your childhood. So it's a similar sort of conversation. So talk about the first season of Static Shock and why that meant so much to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say when Eric said he didn't really have that much stuff on his walls, I was like, to me it was all just like sports. And I got into superheroes later in life. I remember having like Superman shirts, but like that's literally all I knew about superheroes was Superman. So seeing Static Shock was like kind of, be a pun on words, was a shock to me. And it was like, okay, there's a whole different world of superhero and world building and world telling that is different than just one alien that's not from the world that we all know is the dude with the blue suit and the white guy that has the gray hair. So
like, but the guy in the blue suit was also very important because you sent me this great image from the Superman animated series, which I think gets a lot of credit, but it's very easy to overlook in favor of the Batman animated series. But that was also incredibly well done. That Superman series as well. So sorry, so those were that wasn't your primary focus, but even so, it's like hard to not have Superman be a part of your life, but then also, of course, Static Shock. Now, did you see that that was just you would watch it on TV, or did you get
just watch DVDs
or something? Okay, I wasn't sure if how that got there. Now, in terms of some other great Marvel images, this one there's a theme for what Michael sent me. And it's a lot of like Jim Lee X-Men, but this is a great one.
That's my very favorite poster I have, and that's the pullout from the X-Men one.
This is that like post Claremont era where Jim Lee hadn't left yet. So you have like that version of X Factor with Strong Guy and Multiple Man, and Excalibur,
X-Force.
Yep, X-Force. And that I have to frame in my house when I frame my stuff. I just love it. Yeah, and of course, I mean, what could be bad about any poster that has Lockheed right there at the top?
It's got all the best.
That's a fantastic poster, and I think
how big was it? Was it like?
It's the size of 4 comic book pages. So if you buy X-Men 1, they would fold out. So it'd be like. Like a Playboy. Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Jeff had a few of those.
Yeah. And one that I actually had up at one point, but I think I might actually still have it somewhere. Was this one? This is not a picture from my wall, but it was on someone else's wall. This like very cool Frank Castle that doesn't necessarily really look like him. But and then just sort of the interesting note is that the World Trade Center is behind him, so it's obviously a very specific time and place.
Like a lightning bolt hitting it.
It's a great point.
Odd.
Yeah, but not as odd as the first episode of The Lone Gunman, where someone plans to fly a plane into the World Trade Center. That's much creepier. Yeah.
Well, I can just imagine the room. Can you pull that back up a second? Like I can imagine the room that poster is hanging in. I feel like there are like French fries on the floor. It smells like feet.
All right. Now I just told you that I had that poster. And
I thought you said your friend did.
No. That picture is not from my room, but my room definitely smelled like feet, but all of the French fries were in other parts of the house. I wouldn't eat them in my room.
It looks like a dirty 16-year-old would have that in their room.
Yeah.
Look, well,
I can't argue with that assessment.
Did anyone else just get a little chilled by the way Michael said dirty 16-year-old?
Ew, creepy. Do we need to put you on a list?
Oh, what's another one?
Yeah, seriously. I mean, look, if you're, and when I was like looking for these, I shared this off air once, and I don't remember if Michael was here or not. But if you want to talk about the dirty 16-year-old, here is a picture of a different corner of my room, and this is before I got a haircut, and I have there's a matching one after I get a haircut, and I mean, look. That's a handsome fellow right there. Come on.
This is great.
Your Eddie Munster widow's peak.
I know that's your favorite part.
Did your forehead shrink? Did you have some work? Yeah, did you have some work done? Did you lower your forehead?
Yeah, mostly Botox, obviously. No,
I like the Sprite and the ginger ale on top of each other.
Yeah, clearly I was.
Why did you take it down? Put it back up.
Yeah, there's a lot to explore.
That goes. No. That's only for my Patreon. If you want to see that again, you have to join my Patreon. I'm
or only feet.
only feats, which is just that picture of the Punisher there. Yeah, I don't know why the Sprite and the ginger ale. Boy, I was really living on the edge.
What's in the upper right-hand corner?
A map of New York City?
No, that's a subway map. I needed to learn that. This is probably just judging from a few things that I don't need to go into. This is probably 1993. Yeah, that's a Jim Morrison calendar.
Are you sure that's not a Val Kilmer Jim Morrison?
It should be. This is 1993 though. I'm almost positive.
Wait, that's when this picture was taken?
Yeah, pretty sure.
That shirt.
Yeah. Here's the best thing about that shirt that you can't see because it's not in the picture. On the sleeve, it embroidered Playboy logo.
Please tell me you still have it.
Nope.
Why?
Because I bought it at Walmart and like you washed it like 10 times and it was never good again. Like I had a black one too. I liked that shirt so much. I bought 2 of them. This is when I had my first girlfriend and I was like, I can't wear t-shirts all the time. But obviously I should have just kept wearing I should have just
like a windbreaker feel to part of it.
The Quicksilver.
Yeah, well, there was like mesh, sort of like where the stripes are. Yeah,
that's what it looked like.
Yeah,
Aaron Johnson wants to borrow that for the next year.
Yeah, no, this this part, this lighter blue part in the middle, that was like almost like mesh.
Oh, wait, was it translucent?
No,
something written on it.
No, I took a photo. I didn't even scan this. I just took a photo of a photo. So it's the resolution might not be the best.
You were close. There's not fries on the ground. There's just like pop cans everywhere. So you're good.
I know.
Honestly,
it's kinds of like weird soda cans I've never even can't remember.
It's mostly it's just just a bucket full of empty Clearasil vials. I mean, honestly, that's really that was my room.
Oxy pads.
Great years.
Yeah, the best.
Great, Christian. You have a lovely wife and children. And
that's why when people are like, do you want to go back? I'm like, I mean, for like a day, yes. Like I like to go back for like one concert or something.
The day you got your article published on the letters to the editor.
The letters to the editor. I mean, the day that I saw that, that was actually a pretty great day. And thank you, Dominica Saxon. If I do a Bladt Patreon, it'll be best $3.99 ever spent. No, if I ever did a Patreon, it would have to be $1, and even that would be so sad when no one signs up for it. And great question from Kem Egan. Did you secretly want to be a part of the Tracksuit Mafia? I mean, I didn't know it at the time, but yeah, I think that's a pretty safe bet. And let's see if there's anything else that's really worth sharing. Because I have other pictures of my room, but like other people are in it, So, but I did clean up nice. Let's just put it that way, because.
I've seen your prom picture.
That's right. I have shown that to you. I don't even remember why, but look, if I cut my hair, I mean, look at that kid. I mean, what could go wrong there? I mean, who wouldn't want
recreating Get Smart?
I actually don't know why I'm holding a shoe there.
Did you get a mouth?
Oh, number 9.
Yeah.
No, I did get braces after this though.
Okay.
My front teeth.
Sponsored?
By Jolt Cola. I wish. I kept them in business at one point.
Oh my god!
It's right there. All the sugar and twice the caffeine. Jolt Cola, and
none of the flavor.
Some people might theorize that maybe I'd be taller if I didn't have so much Jolt Cola. Literally right there, and I posted this picture the other day because actually I posted it yesterday
because of Mark Lanigan.
One of the bands in this one photo behind me is the band Screaming Trees that Mark Lanigan, the lead singer, passed away yesterday. So I actually I took this picture for this show, but I'm like, I'll actually post this because I don't know what's going on with the shoe. I have to, just full disclosure. I literally have no idea.
And that Widow's Peak really.
I mean, look. You print out a bunch of those. I'll sign them and I'll send them to everybody. Okay, I'll send them to everybody in the chat.
Christian, if we ever did like a 2-man show, this would be our photo, and in essence, I would sign the.
And Lewis Cox, I think, says it best. Oh my, Christian, it's.
Oh please.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's that's good times. But Eric, Eric mostly sent me movie posters. So you had Wall Street, Field of Dreams.
Oh,
Goodfellas.
That one actually, Field of Dreams. I had one of the standees.
Yeah.
I used to be the guy who would go to back when we had video stores. I would ask hey, can I, when you are done with that, can I keep it? And so I had
I always did that.
I did that with Atlantis poster.
What's that?
I did that with an Atlantis poster. And at Pizza Hut, when Mortal Kombat 2 came out for sale, they had a Mortal Kombat 2 actual game there. And beside it was this giant standee. And I won it. They were having a lottery. Nice. And then we got it home and was like, what do we do with it? It's taller than me. And
I had no room.
I'm 6'3", and it's taller than I am.
Yeah, I had basically a life-size Freddy Krueger at one point that took up an entire wall. It was well, I don't know.
I had a mobile.
But I want to show the one that you did send me. I love the fact that you had this. Why don't you explain LT to the kids? It's more of a regional thing. It's not
Lawrence Taylor, not LaDainian Tomlinson.
No, the real. Don't you get me started. Yeah, the real LT, Lawrence Taylor. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're not a real LT unless you got busted for an underage hooker, and your defense was why.
So Luis Polonia is also an LT, apparently.
Yeah. So with this also, Christian, I don't know if I ever sent you. They were, some casting thing was looking for real sports fans. So I did, and I was in the house in Delaware, and I found all my old Giant stuff, and I just did a video of me and all my old Giant shit, including these 2 shirts that never fit me, much less now. And it's also available on Only Feet. You can get that video for a low price of $3 a minute.
How many minutes is it though?
Oh, it's a minute.
So it's just $3.
Yeah.
Just circling back to an earlier topic, Ghost 8386. Christian Bale looks like the Antichrist from American Horror Story Apocalypse, or Nosferatu and Jigsaw. Jigsaw's a really good call. I'm not going to pretend. I know what Nosferatu is, but Jigsaw would have been good. That would have been a nice, add to our rogues gallery.
I thought they said Christian Bladt.
Christian Bale.
I was like, oh, that's really mean.
That's how I read it too, Michael. I completely why are we talking about what Christian's going to play?
And important question, Cami Egan, any posters of Kiss? Not in photos, but I had the a 1976. It was for the bicentennial. So it was they were dressed up I don't even know what to call that, revolutionaries.
I think it's so funny you love Kiss.
I mean, I did when I was a kid, and I think that a show like this exists because of stuff that we loved when we were kids that we still like.
Next time I'm in LA, I'm gonna have to introduce you to Nick Simmons.
I would love to. I've talked to his dad. I made him laugh on a podcast where I accused Captain Crunch of stolen valor, and Gene thought that was funny. And I think it's a very real problem. In all honesty, what war was he a captain in? Tell us more about this. Anyway, this was a bit of a silly one, but we had fun. And yes, I do have more pictures, but I'm with friends in there, and then I would feel bad if other people made fun of my friend's appearance in 1993 ish.
Oh, I totally went off on his prom date, you guys. So
she's a lovely girl that I'm still friends with, and
Well, I didn't like her outfit.
It was 1994. I mean, what do you want?
Yeah,
it's she's a
grunge.
Well,
grunge is what I want.
So she should have had like a big flannel, and I mean,
she should have dressed like Courtney Love.
Man, that's too early. I mean, you knew who she was, but this was isn't that pre? Not, it's before Hole's big album, I think, 1994. But maybe I'm wrong.
No.
Anyway,
out that year.
Yeah.
94.
Yeah. Anyway, so, and Lewis makes this point, I still play Pokemon games. Yeah. So if I still want to listen to the music that made me happy as a boy, let me do that, And speaking of the music that made me happy as a boy, tomorrow on the Blackcast YouTube channel, we'll be doing a deep dive on the full first season of Peacemaker with the one of the greatest soundtracks of all time. Just the usage of the movie that Chris is a fan of.
If you like hair metal, then
but that's the point. That like,
not everyone.
If you play an entire Faster Pussycat song, and the song completely fits the story that you're telling, that's a gift, and James Gunn has that gift. And he, since the season ended, he has gotten engaged to his girlfriend who plays Harcourt on that show. So congratulations to them.
She looked familiar because I saw them and I was like, is that his daughter? I'm like, oh no, that's the girl he's gonna marry. And then I'm like, she looks really familiar.
Yeah.
So that's how she got the job. Okay.
Yeah, she did well though. Like I really liked her role.
I did too.
She was great. I thought, I think I liked that show so much more than any other new show that I've watched in 2022. I've made the comparison many times. No reason to do that. In any case, so check that out tomorrow, and then in a little bit under 2 hours, if you want to stop having fun and watch a special Biden time about Ukraine, where we'll get some history on that part of the world from a friend of a friend who is he's an emeritus professor at Cal State Long Beach, and he will really go into why people are so excited for the Ukraine, which is a great question. So
excited we'll talk about, for the Ukraine.
Well, why people have invaded the Ukraine consistently.
Okay.
It's going through history. It's just a lot of bullet points, and because when you're in that part of the world, you're like, well, what's the difference? And he'll go into that. We'll talk about what's going on there. But there you go, Lewis. See, there you go. In any case, that'll be a little bit later. Peacemaker tomorrow if you want more fun, though. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at ChristianDMZ. Michael, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at I Hate Michael Shirley, and on Twitter at Michael X Shirley. I was waiting for that. So slow. And Jeff, where do people find you if they want to talk Static Shock?
At Jeff Will Jr. on all your social media platforms.
And of course, Beyond the Pale, Eric, where do people find you?
I'm hanging around Count Eric Connor over on Facebook and Twitter, and my TikTok I go by Jeff Will Jr.
That's good.
Subscribe.
These gents will hold down the fort without me next week, and not even aware of this until I tell them right now. But Eric, you'll be in charge, so come up with a fun topic and send it to the guys, and I'll try and jump in the chat. My daughter Lucy's having a little surgery on Monday, so we'll be staying overnight just Monday. But I feel like I'll just be with her a lot next week. But please check out the show then. I expect to be back in a couple of weeks. And before you know it, we'll be talking Moon Knight. And basically after Moon Knight, then that means it's the same week, I believe, we're going to get Morbius, Jeff. So, early April is going to be where it's at. In any case, thanks so much. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Kemi Egan pointing out that it was a fun show. It's always, and thank you, Craig. Appreciate that. And thank you. Oh my gosh, wait, I got to put that up there. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you.
Yeah, Lewis.
In any case, we will, they'll all see you next week. But until our next show, as Grace Stanley would say, Excelsior!